Hello, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So I have for you a wake-up call. Get up, stand up, get off your ass, stop scrolling, stop making excuses, put on your big girl pants, yoga flow. I mean, that makes it sound intense. It's not. This is just a call for you to do something for you. So that's my job today. All you need are a couple of blocks, maybe, a quiet spot, a mat, maybe, and we're gonna do some yoga. Okay, so we're gonna start standing up. So let's do it. So come to the top of your mat. Set your feet underneath you. You can feel your shoulders relax. Maybe give yourself a second to kind of wiggle. Get it out. And then feel your feet settle into the floor. Let your eyes slide closed, or just soften your gaze if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes while you're standing here, and take a couple of breaths. That's it. And your next inhale, you're going to take your arms, stretch them out, reach them up, and exhale and fold. Nice and easy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet, come back to the top. Inhale, reach. Again, you're going to dive forward. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. And release on your exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, come out and up. We're going to do just one more of those kind of half sun sails. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Let it go. Ride that in breath. Come all the way up. Gonna reach up for your fingertips. Settle down into your feet and grab that left wrist with your right hand. Lengthen up and pull yourself over. Tailbone nice and long. Gonna keep that left arm extending, but drop your right hand to your thigh. Inhale. And when you exhale, we're gonna go for a circle with this left arm. Come down, over to the right, and around. When you inhale, sweep over, both arms up and to the left. When you get to the top, catch that left wrist again in your right hand and pause. Keep that side lean, drop your right arm down. Inhale. Same thing, circle it out and around. Inhale, bring it back up. Last time, you're gonna grab that wrist. Drop your right hand to your right thigh. And we're gonna go all the way into your Uttanasana. Give yourself that fold here and just kind of sway. That's it. You're gonna bend your knees, lengthen your spine. Fingertips to the floor, or blocks if you want them, so you can give a really deep bend to your knees. Inhale, exhale and fold, press into the floor, straighten your legs as much as they'll go. Inhale, bend your knees, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold. Last one, bend those knees, lengthen your spine. Uttanasana, straighten your legs and fold. On your in-breath, they're gonna come all the way back up. Inhale, reach it up. Grab that right wrist with your left hand. We're gonna go for those circles again, but pause in your side lean. Keep reaching up and over, drop that left hand down. Maybe you can take that lean deeper. And then circle that right arm down and around. Inhale, sweep it out and up. Big old circle, grab that right wrist. Take your side lean. Drop that left hand, pause here. And then go for that circle, all the way out and around. Inhale, bring it up, stretch it up and over. This is our last side lean over here. Let that left hand drop, tailbone nice and long. We're gonna fold all the way down into your Uttanasana. Again, just let yourself sway. Fingertips on the floor, or on some blocks. You're gonna take your left hand right underneath your nose. All right, right hand to your outer right hip or the low back, whatever works for you, right? So from here, you're gonna lengthen your spine and then bend your left knee, roll your right shoulder open. Inhale, stretch that right arm up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. We're gonna do the same thing to the same side. Inhale, twist to the right, bend your left knee. Exhale, release it back down. One more. Inhale, open it up. You're gonna pause here, flip your right palm, maybe take the back of your hand to your low back or the top of your left hip, and then let it go, soften. Shake out your head and your neck. Here we go, second side, right hand to the floor, left hand to your low back, lengthen your spine, bend your right knee, roll your left shoulder open. Inhale, we're gonna sweep that left arm up. Exhale and release, fold. Inhale, sweep it up, bend that right knee. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, open it up. I'm gonna keep the length of your spine. Outer left hip pulls back. Flip that palm. Maybe take your back of your hand to your low back or wrap it around the top of your right thigh. And then exhale and fold. Knees stay soft. Plant your hands. Oh, walk it back. Downward facing dog. And give yourself a moment here to just kind of pedal it out. That's it. All right, come on forward into plank. Inhale, and then drop your knees. Keep your toes tucked as long as it's all right on your feet. Send your hips back to your heels. We're in like this mildly active child's pose. Maybe let your hips sway side to side so you get a deeper stretch into the soles of your feet. From here, we're going to come forward into upward facing dog, and it can be kind of a sloppy, easy dog. Inhale, pull it forward, sink your hips. Let your thighs relax toward the floor. Exhale, pull your hips back. Child's pose. Rock forward again. Inhale, drop your thighs, drop your hips, full inhale. Exhale, pull it back. Child's pose. One more time. Inhale it forward. And exhale it back, tucking those toes as you go, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep that right leg up, reach it back, knee to nose, pull it in. Inhale, up and back. Step it up between your thumbs, drop that back knee. Keep your fingertips on the floor. You can use blocks if you want them. Right? Inhale, sink your hips, lengthen your chest forward. When the exhale comes, you're gonna tuck those back toes, straighten both legs, pull your hips back, super long Parsvottanasana. Hold here on your inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release a little deeper over the leg. Inhale, rock forward. You're gonna bend that right knee. Exhale, drop your left knee to the floor. Inhale, lengthen, get nice and long. Exhale, straighten both legs, pull it back. Pause here on your inhale. Fold a little deeper as you exhale. Rock forward, high lunge, hands on the mat, and then drop your back knee, exhale. Inhale, lengthen it out. Last time, exhale, pull your hips back. This time you're gonna come onto that right heel. Scissor your inner thighs. This outer right hip's gonna pull back as much as it can. Slide your left hand underneath your left shoulder, right hand to your outer right hip. Pause. Lengthen your spine, roll your right shoulder open. Think about your left thigh staying lifted, left hip staying lifted, and maybe that right arm, stretches up. Exhale, release, bend your front knee, plant that foot, drop your back knee. Left hand's gonna stay. I'm gonna go for a twist here and grab the pinky toe edge of that left foot, or roll your right shoulder open. Now you can take any variation here. You can get rid of the block. You can lower it to the forearm. You can lower the forearm to the block. All sorts of levels you can kind of manage here. Just give yourself a moment to breathe. Then you're gonna flip your hands so you come to the instep of this back foot. Spin your chest so it's square to the front end of the mat. Sink that left thigh down as you lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull it back. Bring it forward into plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down. Find a sphinx, prop your hands, prop yourself up on your elbows. And a little cat-cow here, right? Inhale, sphinx. Exhale, round your spine. Curl it in. Inhale, stretch your chest forward. Exhale, curl it in. Last one. Inhale. And draw it in. Come back through sphinx. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders, baby cobra. Inhale here. And downward facing dog, pull it back. Take that left leg. Inhale, sweep it up, reach it behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up and back. And then step it up between your thumbs. You can grab those blocks if you want them. Drop your back knee. All right, set those fingertips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, pull your hips back, straighten both legs. Inhale, stay here. Fold on your exhale. Rock forward. And lower that back knee. Inhale, lift your chest, sink your hips. Exhale, pull those hips back, straighten your legs. Stay here on the inhale. And fold. Rock it forward. Exhale, back knee comes down. Inhale, lift your chest, sink your hips. Last time, exhale, straighten both legs, and now we're gonna come onto that left heel. Ooh. You can walk your right hand underneath you here. Scissor your inner thighs. Left hand to your outer left hip. Lengthen your spine, and then roll it open. So this right hip wants to go down with the ship. Keep it up, right? And sometimes the block is, actually a lot of the times, the block is exactly what you need to keep it going here, right? Lengthen out. Maybe that left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, rewind it. Come all the way forward. Bend your back knee. All right, right hand plants. Take that left hand, reach it around and back. Oh. Grab for that right foot. You can use a strap. Roll your left shoulder open. Peel your chest away from your inner thigh. Inhale. And then we're gonna bring that left hand around to the instep. Square it off. Firmly plant through your left foot as you sink that right thigh. Lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, pull it back. And take your gaze forward and walk or hop Uttanasana. Come on up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Ride that in-breath all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And we're gonna come right back over those legs. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Oh, yes. And we're gonna slowly drop it back. Nice and easy, wild thing. You got it. Press into your feet, lift your hips. Inhale. When you exhale, we're gonna drop those hips toward the floor. Inhale, lift it right back up. Exhale and drop. Again. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale and drop. Last one. Lift those hips. Hold it here. And then take your gaze to your left thumb. We're gonna step this right foot as far forward as you can manage. And then we're gonna swivel around. So we end up in Skandasana. Right knee stays bent, left leg straight. And you can kind of play here for a second. If you want to try to find your balance, maybe that right heel hits the floor. Maybe you're like me and it doesn't. It doesn't matter either way, right? From here, you're going to take your right hand down to the inside of your right thigh and then sweep it open. So we got a little lean into this leg here. And then take your left arm, stretch it up. Yes. All right, both hands to the floor. You're gonna bend your left knee, bring yourself into side angle. Take your right arm alongside your ear. You can always bring your left forearm to your thigh, or you can grab a block and use the block. Here we go, nice long side body. Inhale, come on up. Warrior two. Flip your front palm, reach back, reverse your warrior. Here's where maybe you want to grab a block. I didn't warn you about that, but you might want one toward the back end of your mat, because from your reverse warrior, we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So hop it forward. Press the floor away. Open it up and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, slow step back, side angle. Sweep your right arm alongside your ear. Inhale, Vira two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Come on forward, half moon. Here we go. We're gonna pause here, find your balance, catch the pose, and then step it back, side angle. Vira two. Reverse your warrior. Last time, half moon, bring it forward. Maybe here in your half moon, you wanna hang for a second, bend that top knee, you can grab for the foot for an Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Yes, and then extend it back out. We're gonna land this time in warrior two. And breathe, don't forget to do that. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. And you're gonna keep your torso extending back, straighten that front leg. And now those left toes are gonna spin toward the long edge of your mat. Right toes spin to the top edge of your mat. Slide your right forearm down the top of your right thigh. And boom, here we are. Side angle to the top of your mat, inhale. Exhale, top hand down. Open it up. Nice big twist here. Plant that right hand. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward, find some plank. Exhale, vinyasa how you want to. Second side, left leg's gonna lift, inhale. Knee to nose. Kick it back. All right, we're gonna bend your knees, stack your hip, open it up. And then slowly drop it back. Lift your hips up. Stretch that left arm up. Inhale. We're gonna lower it down. And then lift it back up. And then lower. And lift. One more. Lower it down. And lift it back up. Here we go. You're gonna step your left foot all the way up to that right thumb-ish. Spin yourself all the way around. Here we go. Yes. Skandasana. Okay. Try to find your balance here. Maybe you can play whatever works. If you fall out of it, just go right back in, right? You're gonna plant your left hand, sweep it to that inner left thigh, and then take your top arm, spin it open. Yes, both hands to the mat, side angle to that right leg. Slide it through. Find your side angle. Ooh, can always use a block here. Hopefully that block is still back there. Yes, there it is, warrior two, come on up. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Half moon, you've got this. You can grab the block along the way, shift it forward, step into the jungle. Here we go, I've got Guns N' Roses in my head now. Catch the balance, and then step it back, side angle. Vira two, strong through those legs. You got this. Flip your front palm, reach up, stretch back, reverse your warrior. Half moon, here it is. Hop it forward. Welcome to the jungle. Press into that right foot, work your left leg. Side angle, step it back. Yes, warrior 2. Flip your front palm, reach it back. Last half moon, here it is. Bring it forward. And we're gonna pause here. So maybe if you want, you can bend that left knee, work into your Chapasana here. Beautiful, straighten it back out. Warrior 2. As gently as you can, you know. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And we're gonna keep your torso extending back, straighten that right leg, spin your right toes in, and then spin the left toes out. Slide your left forearm down. Side angle to the top of the mat, inhale. And then windmill this right hand down, spin it around, keep your right thigh lifting. Take that left arm, reach it up. And then the left hand to the floor. Step it back. Vinyasa if you want it, or straight into downward facing dog. You do get to choose. And breathe. We will eventually all meet here in down dog, so you made it. All right, take your gaze forward. Walk or hop, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. And let it go. Press into your feet. Come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And slide your hands down through prayer. Take a moment here to pause and breathe. You got this. Open your eyes. Release your hands. Okay, one more little tiny bit. Okay, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Okay, right leg's gonna lift. Inhale. Knee to nose, pull it in. Up and back. And then over to this left side tricep. Hover there. And then kick it out, fallen triangle. Take that top arm, reach it up. And now we're gonna bend the left knee like you're gonna set your hips back. Inhale, straighten it up. Exhale and bend. Inhale, straighten. Last one, bend. And straighten. Windmill that left hand onto the floor, spin your right leg up. Inhale, down dog split. When you exhale, step it forward, find warrior 1. Set your feet. All right, hands can come to prayer for just a moment. All right, here we go. You get to pick. You can grab a finger interlace behind your back. If you want to go for grabbing those elbows, boop, you can grab your elbows. You can come into reverse prayer. I don't know, whatever works for you. We're going to straighten your front leg. Inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, we're going to come halfway over. Keep pulling that outer right hip back. Full breath in. As you fold, let all that air out. Take a breath with your hands still in this arm variation here. And then release fingertips to the floor. All right, left hand's going to stay on the floor or on the block. Right hand to your outer right hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. When you exhale, twist it open. Inhale, exhale, release it down. Inhale, spin it open. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, spin it open. This time you're gonna take your right arm, reach it straight forward, and then glide it through your inner leg. And grab around the outside edge of your left leg and fold here. Keep pressing into the ball of your right foot. You can walk your left hand forward. Maybe dig into a little bit that upper left or that upper right arm. Take your gaze underneath your left armpit and breathe. As you exhale, we're gonna release. Plant both hands, swing your right leg up, inhale, and then take your right leg forward for a pigeon. Inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna come all the way down and lower. Just gonna pause here for a breath or two. Try to relax through your shoulders if you started to get tense in your jaw, right? Or the back of your neck. Let that go. And slide your hands underneath you. We're gonna come on up. Drop onto that outer right hip and take your left leg and you're gonna step it up and all the way over. So if your left sitting bone can't firmly hit the floor, you're gonna take your right leg and stretch it straight out. So we've got a full extension here, right? All right, wrap that right arm around. Root down through both sitting bones, left one especially. Inhale. When you exhale, take that left hand behind you. Stay rooted, even through this left foot. As you spin, 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 spin. Inhale it through center and take your counter twist over to the right. Because it feels really because it feels really good. So classy, full of class. All right, and then back through the middle, we're gonna shift your weight back to your sitting bones, drag your knees in, find a little tiny baby like ball boat. Is that a thing? It is right now. And then you're gonna plant your feet, use your hands, don't use your hands. Gonna come forward, downward facing dog, pull it back. Okay, left side, inhale, sweep it up. Knee to nose. Kick it back. Over to that right side tricep, pause. Kick it through. Fallen triangle, sweep your top arm up. Then you're gonna bend your right leg, kind of come down. Inhale, extend. And sink it back down. You can make it very dramatic. Inhale. And then, woo, deflate. Inhale here. And then take your right hand down to the floor. Left leg's gonna lift. Deep breaths into your standing split or your down dog split. And then step your left foot forward. Warrior one. Yes. Inhale here. Bring your hands down through prayer. Okay, here we go. Hands come behind your back. Interlace your fingers. You got it. You can grab your elbows, reverse prayer, whatever works. Straighten your left leg. Lift up through your chest. Pull this outer left hip back as you lengthen up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over, and then pause. About halfway or something. Feel the heads of your arm bones lift. And on your next exhale, fold all the way over. Try to keep the arms in their variation if you can. And then slowly snake your fingertips to the floor. Right hand stays on the floor, or you can find a block. Left hand to your outer hip. We're gonna go for a revolved Trikonasana. So here we go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist yourself to the left. Oh, sweep that left arm up. Oh, it just does not wanna go. Doesn't have to. Inhale, and then exhale, fold back over the leg. Inhale, lengthen and twist. Oh, exhale and fold. Again, inhale, lengthen and twist. Oh, and then sweep that left arm forward. I love that pose, you can tell. And then you're gonna slide your left hand through, grab the outer edge of your right leg. Pull your left hip back as you walk your right hand forward. Press into the ball of your left foot. And now maybe you can pull a little bit with these left fingertips. Press a little bit with your left elbow. Roll it open. Find a bit of a twist while you're here. As you exhale, we're gonna unwind. Plant your hands. Left leg kicks up and back, and then bring it forward for pigeon. Yes. Lengthen up. Ooh. And then come out and over. Soften where you can. Cheeks, jaw, eyeballs. Eyeballs. I don't know why that sounded really funny. You can say it. Eyeballs. Anyway. Relax them. You definitely wanted an insane workout partner, right? You wanted an accountability buddy that has, I don't know what, issues. Well, you got one. All right, a couple more breaths. All right, slide your hands underneath you. You're gonna drop onto this outer left hip. Take your right leg, kick it up and over. Ardha Matsyendrasana. You can keep this left leg tucked under you or stretch it out straight. Whatever you find is more efficient and workable, right? Lengthen up. And now you're gonna wrap with that left arm. Take your right hand behind you. Right sitting bone's gonna root down as you lift and twist. And take another deep breath while you're here. And then slowly bring yourself back through center. And we're gonna move into that counter twist. Sitting bone still rooted. Spin your chest to the left. And come back through the middle. And you're gonna hug both knees into your chest. Curl your chin in. And take a moment just to sit comfortably, to close your eyes. And check in if there's anything else that you'd like to do. You can go upside down, you can take a twist, a happy baby, anything. But our time here is almost over, so we're gonna settle and breathe. Shoulders soft, eyes closed. You can stay here as long as you'd like. We are just about at our time. Bring your palms together by your head. Thanks so much for practicing with me again today. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Make it a great day.